Beautiful morning. I just finished my morning run, day two of training for a marathon. And I was listening today in my headphones to Plutarch. Plutarch, his lives of Alexander and Caesar, finished Caesar and started Alexander. I'm going in backwards order. But Plutarch is great. I do recommend it's excellent reading or listening in this case. He has some really wonderful language as he describes things. And one of the ones that I liked was Caesar had a dream about being unnaturally familiar with his mother, which is such an interesting way of putting that. We'll just leave that at where it is. But I love that kind of old-timey language. That's probably part of it's the translation as well. I don't know what he wrote in Latin, but I'm sure it was also good because Plutarch's Latin, as far as I know, was really well written. And moving on from that, that's what I listened to. It reminded me of something where I just watched a random video yesterday of this guy talking about self-defense. And what he said is that when you find yourself in a really stressful situation, what are you going to do? You're going to fall back to your training. And if you haven't trained for that kind of situation or trained for stressful situations in general, you're probably going to do something really weird, like not completely helpful at all, like just freeze up or do something strange or just fall on the ground and collapse. You don't know until you're in that situation. You don't know, especially if you haven't trained for that. And I was thinking about that with Alexander rushing into battle. Like he just trained to battle, to battle. That's what he wanted to do, was just find the next fight. He was, according to Plutarch, was disappointed that he was inherited all this luxury in this wonderful kingdom because he wanted more of a challenge. He wanted those stressful situations, those challenges, just to go into it. And is that where I'm at in my life? Absolutely not an Alexander. I wish I was, but definitely something for me to work on there. I've done a lot of training in different things. Training for a marathon is kind of definitely trains you to just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Lots of persistence. not, not that I'm only on day two of training and I'm an expert in it. I've done other running though. I've trained a lot in meditation. I've done years and years of meditation. And so who knows what that will do for me. Well, I've actually seen what it does for me in stressful situations. It helps me definitely stay calm and even tempered, but sometimes not as active towards rushing towards the situation. So I was running, training for my marathon, listening to Alexander, and I just started thinking, all right, I'm running towards the fight. I'm running towards that stressful thing, that emergency. I'm running towards it, and I'm gathering help as I go. And I say, hey, we need help here. We're gonna solve this. I'm visualizing that as I'm running. Made running pretty fun this morning. And I think just generally speaking, looking at these great men's lives is such a fun thing to do. It's not something I ever did as a kid. I remember as a kid, I didn't really know my place in the world or what was going on. The world seemed like a strange place with people doing a lot of pointless things, and I didn't understand why they were doing a lot of it. And I think I probably would have benefited from learning some more about human beings that I could model and look at. I guess there was some of that, but it's an interesting idea to think about as I raise my own kids, of how to integrate those sort of lessons, to look at someone like Alexander or Caesar and see that they're, well, at least as far as we know, real human beings, and yet able to achieve excellence. And how do we get to that excellence in our lives? Such a beautiful morning. Oh my gosh, I'm just loving it with the daybreak, quiet, lots of birds out, cool, misty kind of air. Loving it. Hope you have a great day. Check out Plutarch. I recommend it. Enjoy.